By this time next week, he'll be a dead man, and every dollar he owns will be mine. Those were the exact words Adrian Cole read on his wife's phone, the words that didn't just break his heart, they warned him he might not live long enough to feel it. Listeners, imagine discovering the person who kisses your forehead goodnight is secretly counting the days until your death. What would you do? Confront them? Pretend you never saw it? Or would you play along, knowing the wrong move might be your last breath? Tell me in the comments, because what Adrian did next is something very few people in this world would have the strength to do. Adrian Cole had always believed he was blessed beyond reason. At 42, he wasn't just a tech giant, he was a symbol of hope in Silverwood City. Known for his kindness, humility, and the way he treated everyone with dignity. But the world believed his greatest blessing wasn't his wealth. It was his wife, Mira. To Adrian, Mira wasn't just beautiful, she was a miracle. His second chance at love after years of loneliness. He poured affection into her like a man watering barren land, hoping someday she'd bloom and love him back the same way. What he didn't know was that some soil is poisoned before the seeds ever touch it. Their first 3 months of marriage felt peaceful. Too peaceful. Adrian never questioned it. He loved the calm mornings, the soft smile she greeted him with, the gentle warmth she carried around the house. To him, she was serenity. But beneath her sweetness lived someone else entirely. Someone colder. Someone who believed Adrian would never live long enough to uncover the truth. That morning, the morning that would shatter everything, Adrian was dressing for work. Mira was downstairs making breakfast. Pancakes. He could hear her humming. Her phone buzzed on the bed. Adrian had never touched her phone. He trusted her so deeply that her privacy felt sacred. But his hand moved on its own. The screen lit. A message from a man named Lucas. Do it quickly, once he's gone, the fortune becomes ours. Adrian's skin turned to ice. He scrolled up. And then he saw the message that would haunt him forever. By next week, he'll be a dead man and every dollar he owns will be mine. From her. Mira. The woman he adored. His heartbeat stopped. His throat tightened. But he didn't scream, cry, or collapse. He simply forwarded the entire chat to his attorney, erased the trace, placed the phone back exactly where he found it, and walked out with a calmness so unnatural it didn't feel human. Because something inside Adrian died in that moment. And something else, something cold and strategic, woke up. He stepped into the kitchen moments later. Mira turned with the softest smile, the kind that used to warm him. Breakfast is almost ready, she said. Adrian looked at her, really looked, and saw the shadows behind her beauty. He nodded. Smells great. His voice didn't shake. But his soul did. He watched her plate food. The irony jabbed him deeply. The woman planning his death was making him breakfast. He didn't touch it. Not hungry, he whispered. For a split second, annoyance flickered in her eyes, sharp, cold, revealing. Then she hid it behind her pretty smile. She kissed his cheek. If only she knew the truth he now carried. When Adrian reached his car, the mask dropped. His jaw tightened. His eyes sharpened. His fear transformed into logic. He wasn't just a billionaire. He was a strategist. A man who built an empire by predicting danger before anyone else noticed it. And now he realized, the greatest danger in his life wasn't outside. It was sleeping beside him. He drove straight to his lawyer's office. No appointment. No hesitation. His attorney, Mr. Halden, calm, sharp, seasoned, read the screenshots. And stiffened instantly. My God! Adrian, this is... I need a private investigator, Adrian said. Today. Within the hour, Grant Bishop walked into the office, a former federal agent, steady, analytical, and frighteningly calm. Adrian told him everything. Grant listened, not interrupting once. When Adrian finished, Grant simply said, You're dealing with people who don't make mistakes. But I promise you, we'll find everything they're hiding. That evening, Adrian returned home acting as if nothing was wrong. Mira kissed him, leaned on him, laughed with him, unaware that every corner of the mansion was now under surveillance. Adrian watched her closely. The way she kept her phone glued to her hand. The way she stepped outside for every call. The way she hid her messages like they were stolen oxygen. Late that night, while she slept peacefully beside him, Adrian lay awake staring at the ceiling, listening to the breathing of the woman planning his death. The next morning, Grant called. "We need to meet. I found something." In a hidden garage far from prying eyes, Grant played a recording. Myra's voice echoed through the space, sweet, calm, lethal. "I just need him to sign the papers first. Once the transfer is done, everything will fall right into place. Lucas, trust me. Adrian is clueless." Adrian's hands curled into fists. It wasn't just murder. It was fraud. Manipulation. A carefully planned financial takeover. And Grant wasn't done. "She met Lucas today," he added. "And someone else. An older woman." "Who?" Adrian asked. "I'm running facial recognition." Hours later, Grant delivered the truth. "She's a corrupt estate lawyer. They've been planning this for months. From the moment she married you, everything was staged." The words hit harder than any physical blow. Mira hadn't loved him. She hadn't even liked him. She had studied him. Calculated him. Prepared to erase him from existence. Grant continued. "Lucas bought a poison today. Cash. Untraceable. They're preparing to move fast." Adrian inhaled deeply. "Then we move faster." For days he played along, smiling, laughing, pretending to love the woman secretly preparing his death. Mira believed she was winning. She thought Adrian was the fool in her game. She had no idea she was walking straight into a trap. One night, near midnight, Lucas entered the mansion through a side door. Mira greeted him. Whispering. Planning. Finalizing. Adrian watched silently from the shadows. Grant's voice came through Adrian's earpiece. "We're ready. Just say the word." Adrian didn't say anything. He simply stepped aside. Within seconds, law enforcement swept into the house. Lucas froze. Myra's smile collapsed into raw terror. They were handcuffed. Exposed. Destroyed. Myra's eyes met Adrian's for a single moment, shocked, helpless, realizing too late she had been the one played. The mansion fell silent once they were taken away. A silence both painful and cleansing. The trial became the talk of the nation. Attempted murder. Conspiracy. Fraud. The courtroom watched as the truth unfolded piece by piece. Mira crumbled. Lucas avoided Adrian's gaze. Adrian stood strong, wounded, but undefeated. The verdict was loud and final. Guilty. Years in prison. When the courtroom emptied, Adrian stayed behind, letting the realization settle. He had survived the unthinkable. The woman he loved had tried to kill him, but he had outsmarted her with calmness, patience, and a mind sharper than her greed. He walked through the now quiet mansion the next day, reclaiming each room as if washing away her shadow. He rebuilt his routines slowly. He focused on his work, on charity, on rebuilding his peace. He healed piece by piece. One evening, standing at his window overlooking Silverwood City, Adrian whispered, "No one will ever turn my trust into a weapon again." He poured himself a glass of wine and raised it, not to her memory, but to his resilience. He survived. He learned. He rose above the darkness. And he stepped into a future shaped not by fear, but by strength, wisdom, and an unbreakable will to live fully and fearlessly.